Welcome to the GESDA Summit interviews and welcome Enrico Letta. You are a former Prime Minister of Italy, President of the Jacques Delors Institute, and a GESDA board member. So this year, GESDA launched the new Anticipation Gateway Initiative. There are 3 pillars to this initiative. One focuses on preparing our future leaders and decision makers. Can you tell us a bit more about this phase of the initiative?
You know, after big experiences we had at world level and in every country on COVID, climate change, data protection issues, we know very well that today there's a big problem in terms of giving leaders, decision makers, the right, the right experience and the right competences to understand the scientific technological evolution. And this acceleration of science is bringing leaders and decision makers to be ready. And at the same time, we need to help scientists to understand better how to deal with decision makers. We know very well that the period of COVID was very complicated. Politicians saying to the scientists, okay, you decide and you say to the people what to do. Scientists saying that to the politicians, I can't tell you the problem, but you decide how to lock down or in a way or in another. I think it was a very good and very interesting experience. We need to create new leaders on both sides, politics, business, science, more aware of the links among them.
But how will GESDA actually help them with these challenges that we all know exist? How will they help the scientists and the decision makers maybe talk more?
We are launching this big project, 3 years project, just as incubator of this project, and Geneva as leader and flagship of this project under a big patronage of the Charity Foundation Welcome. And the idea is to be able to create a large world network with institutions, universities, business, diplomacy, science. The idea is to have next year 5 anticipatory leadership weeks in 5 different continents of the world, and Geneva and GESDA being the heart of this system, elaborating the program and the curriculum. And the big, I would say, dream is to create a sort of Geneva process. You know that in the university European system, there's this famous Bologna process that created the big change, positive change. So the idea is to create a sort of Geneva process of leadership training, and these 5 events, these 5 weeks that we will have next year under Geneva leadership will be the way to elaborate these projects, and then next year we will be able to present part of this elaboration.
You have been a board member for a year now. Can you tell us a bit more about how this year has been for you?
That's fantastic. First of all, the big result of the Quantum Computing Institute establishment here at CERN. It's a great achievement for GESDA and for, in general, the entire environment. And for me also it was very interesting because it was the year in which I was asked by the European institutions to write a report on the future of the European single market. I presented this report after visiting the 27 countries plus Switzerland, the UK, Norway, Liechtenstein, Iceland. And it was for me very interesting to launch this idea of the 5th freedom. The 5th freedom is the freedom on innovation, knowledge, that we have to add to the traditional 4 freedoms of the single market: goods, services, capitals, and persons. The tangible. We have to work on the 5th freedom, the intangible. This is part of my report, and GESDA, CERN, Geneva was the, I would say, boosting point of that.
Thank you very much, Enrico Letta, for speaking with us today.
Pleasure.